A small island situated between the Norwegian Sea and the North Atlantic Ocean has less than 50,000 people calling it home. And while Faroe Island, and I apologize for my pronunciation, has less than 50,000 people, yesterday it had one of its constituents representing at the Sunday Million final table. Congratulations to T6 Ardur and the rest of the final tablists, and welcome to the Sunday Million Highlight Show. I'm David Tuckman. We're going to jump ahead to hand 26. Karsandi is our chip leader with 23 million chips. Whitey right behind them. Blinds are 200,000, 400,000. Zabri with less than 10 big blinds is going to raise to 800,000 with ace queen. T6 gets out of the way. Timmy's not going to play. And action folds around to Sakin 75. Sakin from Kazakhstan is going to move all in. I don't think anybody else is going to call, and I'm pretty sure Zabri is going to make this call. Sakin 75 will be at risk with the 10s up against the 2 overcards. Over 8,000 runners, prize pool over $1.6 million. There's the all-in. There's the call. Pot is 7.1 million chips. And there's the queen. Not a good flop for Sakin 75. He's at risk, needs some help. Still needs a 10. And that, my friends, is not a 10. The 6 of clubs on the river. Zabri wins the pot, eliminating Sakin 75 in 9th place. He'll take home $12,437, and we are down to 8. As always, if you have any comments, you want to talk poker with me, feel free to tweet me at TuckOnSports. Timmy B. Wee. Action on I Am the Boss from Germany. Under 5 big blinds. Considering making a move with 10-6. When you're that short, you have to realize that you're going to get called more often. So I don't like to be shoving too light. Baby Grand is going to raise, though, with 8-7. Diesel Boston from Denmark in the small blind folds. And Whitey from Canada is going to make the call. That's interesting. He's got a ton of chips. And he flops a king. It's a really interesting call because most players in Whitey's spot would actually 3-bet or fold. Whitey decides to see the flop. Flops top pair. I would assume he's going to check it. Nope, he's going to lead out 400,000. So far, what we've seen from Whitey, definitely unconventional. And Baby Grand's going to raise right away. It's a small little raise. And Whitey makes the call. Pot now 3.7 million. Baby Grand turns 2 pair. Whitey picks up a gut shot. Needs a 4, a 6, a king, or a 5 to win it. And it goes check, check. Baby Grand checks it back. A little bit surprised that Baby Grand would check that back. On the river, though, Whitey checks. Action on Baby Grand. And you expect the value bet here. 1.6 million. And there's the call from Whitey. Don't really understand the check back on the turn. When your opponent leads out, and then you raise and your opponent calls, it's likely he has something. And if you think your opponent has something and you have 2 pair, why would you not want to build the pot up? Who knows? Either way, though, Baby Grand wins the pot up to nearly 12 million chips, and more importantly, he has cowboys. Karsandi, our chip leader, has raised with ace queen. Timmy B. Wee, 3 bets. I mean, I guess if you're Baby Grand, you 4-bet all in. Nope, he's going to 4-bet the min, which is exactly $2 million more than the last bet. And if you're Whitey, pocket eights, they don't look very good when you get a raise, a 3-bet, and a 4-bet. Action on Karsandi. He gets rid of the ace-queen fairly easy. And now Timmy B. Wee is going to find himself in a tough spot. He committed himself with the ace-10. Jack, Jack 5, Timmy B. Wee, all in. At risk. Needs some help. Well, he's got a 10. Needs another 10 or an ace. And there's the ace. Ace of hearts on the river. And Timmy B. Wee gets it in bad, but gets lucky. And he's up to 8.3 million chips. Baby Grand down to 8.6 million. We're going to jump ahead to hand 38. And you can see that Baby Grand actually added some chips to his stack. He's back up to 11.6 million. Our chip leader continues to be Karsandi with 23.9 million. Karsandi, by the way, he came in first in the $162 Sunday Six Max in March of 2012. Diesel Boston. He's going to raise from the cutoff seat with ace-8. You expect a 3-bet here from Whitey. No, Whitey decides just to call. Against a short stack, I'm probably going to 3-bet there more often than not with the ace-queen. But we've seen Whitey play it a little bit differently than the norm earlier on. And we've got 3 aces in here as Karsandi makes the call as well. 10-4-3. And Karsandi flops the best of it. He's going to check. Action on Diesel Boston. He started this hand with under 15 big blinds. And that can sometimes put you in a precarious spot. When you start the hand with such a small stack, you raise and get called. It puts you in a spot where you might be uncomfortable putting out a continuation bet. And you can see Diesel Boston actually checks. Now the action's on Whitey 7-1-4. He's got ace-queen. He has some showdown value. But he's going to put a bet out there of 1.2 million. See if he can take it down right now. Between you and me, I don't think it's going to work. Karsandi's got a pair of 4s. He has second pair on the board. And I imagine he will make the call. Karsandi, once again, our chip leader from Portugal, is going to raise. And this is an interesting raise. You wonder if he's trying to get value from a worse hand, maybe a draw, or maybe an ace-king or an ace-queen. Or is he trying to bluff a better hand, something like pocket 6s or pocket 7s? Very interesting. Either way, Karsandi takes down that one. He's up over 30 million chips. Whitey down below 9 million. And I Am the Boss is all in for his last 886,000 chips. He's got no fold equity. He will get called in at least one spot. It's the last hand that really interests me. As a poker fan, I love seeing players make bets where you kind of wonder, is he betting for value or is he turning his hand into a bluff? Whitey calls. Karsandi's not going to call with 9 deuce. Action will be on T6 Ardeur. And I think he's definitely going to make the call. The only question is, does he shove and try to isolate I Am the Boss? He's going to make the call. And if you're Timmy, I think you can call that. You're getting 8-9 to 1. 8-6 deuce. 9 still in the lead. I expect these players to check it down. One of the reasons why I think Timmy B. Wee actually could have made that call with Jack 6. There's the king, and T6 takes the lead. T6 once again from the Faroe Islands. And I'm not 100% sure, but I do believe this is the first player ever from the Faroe Islands to make a final table at the Sunday Million. 3 of diamonds on the river, and that's not going to help I Am the Boss. T6 bets 2 million. Whitey's not going to make this call, and T6 will win the pot, eliminating I Am the Boss in 8th place. Once again, I Am the Boss from Germany He'll earn himself $18,455, and we are down to 7. Hand 44, blinds are now 250,000, 500,000. Karsandi is going to raise, makes it 2x. Action on Baby Grand to 2 red 10s. Many different ways to play 10s. And Baby Grand decides to flat with them. That might bring in Zabri, who's got the ace-8 suited. Getting more than 6-1 on the call. And he makes the call. You can see that the pre-flop equities run fairly close. Pot is 3.6 million chips. And this is an interesting flop. We've got an overpair, we've got top pair, and we've got overs with the flush draw. Baby Grand the best hand right now. Karsandi, a favorite, though, with overs and the flush draw. Baby Grand, that's 1.75 million. Zabri might make this call. No, Zabri's going to raise. And now Karsandi. Do you re-raise if you're Karsandi? Or do you just get rid of it? And he gets rid of it. He folds the Queen Jack. And this worked out fantastically for Baby Grand as long as he doesn't fold. Now, I know it's very easy from where I'm sitting. I can see the cards. It's not my money. But on a board this wet, I don't know if I can fold 10s here against a player who's short-stacked. But Baby Grand makes the fold. I just think my opponent has flush draws a lot. And I've got the overpair. I don't know if I'm laying down an overpair. I could be completely wrong there, but who knows. Now, if you want your chance to play in this tournament for free, that's right, free, zero money, we give you that opportunity. But you need the password, and that's coming later.
We are competition everywhere. We are poker.
Welcome back to the Sunday Million Highlight Show. I'm David Tuckman. We are down to our final 7. Diesel Boston, our short stack. Karsandi, our chip leader at hand 44. We're going to jump ahead a few hands to hand 59. Timmy B. Wee making a little bit of a move, but still not much. Karsandi, our dominating chip leader with over 30 million. Blind still 250,000, 500,000. Timmy B. Wee is going to raise. Diesel Boston with only 6 big blinds. Not going to play the suited ace. Zabri's got a pretty hand, and while I love a hand like that in a deep stacked cash game or even a deep stacked tournament, you can't play that hand profitably when you're only 24 big blinds deep. And you certainly can't play it profitably when your opponent is only 12 big blinds deep. T6 makes the call. Pot is 2.6 million chips. Flop is queen high. All clubs out there. Neither player with a club in their hand. Timmy in the lead with the queen jack. Both players with top pair. Both players with a gut shot. Timmy B. Wee effectively moves all in. He puts in 5 million, only leaving 134,000 behind. Decision time for T6. Nope, he moves all in. Timmy obviously going to make this call. And T6 needs a jack. king on the turn. An 8 or a 9 would chop it up now. 7 of diamonds is going to do nothing, though, and Timmy B. Wee's pair of queens with a jack kicker is going to take this one down. T6 down to 8.6 million. Karsandi with pocket 9s. He's going to raise the min. Makes it 1 million. Action folds around the baby grand on the button with the jack deuce. Can't imagine him playing that. Diesel Boston with the 6-4 suited. He's going to pass. Action on Whitey. Whitey with only 8 big blinds is going to shove all in. Actually, about 9 big blinds. Karsandi's going to make the call, and it's ace-10 against pocket 9s. Whitey's at risk. Good flop for him, though. King, king, 10. 2 hearts out there. 6 of clubs on the turn. Whitey has to fade a 9. And he does just that. 8 of spades on the river. And Whitey, 7-1-4, doubles up to 9.4 million. Karsandi down to 25.8 million chips. Once again, over 8,000 runners. Prize pool over 1.6 million. And as we look ahead, we can see some really interesting play on this hand. I always talk about the dynamic between the buttons and the blind, where the players in the blind rarely give credit to the player on the button for having a real hand, and vice versa. And you can look here that Diesel Boston actually has a real hand. Whitey could actually make this call with the king-queen, and he does make the call, and now Zabry wakes up with ace-king. And you can almost see the writing on the wall. And Zabry just calls. How do you just call with ace-king? How do you not shove over the top of Whitey? And there's the ace. Whitey's going to check, and if you're Zabry, why not bet? Take this one down. He's going to bet 2 million. That'll get rid of Whitey. I just don't understand how Zabry didn't shove pre-flop. Three clubs out there. Neither player with a club, though. Diesel Boston needs help, needs a jack. 10 of clubs is not going to do it for him. And Diesel Boston from Denmark, gone in 7th place, $32,000 richer. So 6 players remain. It was at this point the players decided to make a deal. Still a ton of money and the title up for grabs. But the players wanted to take a little bit of the risk out of it. Zabry does not try to steal on the button. Karsandi going to put a little raise out there, make it 1.2 million. T6 doesn't buy it. He's all in on the move, and Karsandi has caught T6, and T6 in a lot of trouble. He's all in with 10-7. Nothing there for him yet. 5-3 deuce. T6 needs a lot of help. Well, there's a 4. It needs a 6 now to win it, or an ace to chop it. Wow, that is lucky for T6. T6 Ardeur gets it in with 10-7 offsuit and running straight cards to chop the pot. T6 like a cat. 9 lives. Whitey raising up to 1.2 million. Baby Grand. No fold equity here at the ace deuce, but he's going to shove all in anyway. Whitey's got a call here. It's only 1.8 million to win 4.9 million. He makes the call with 10-9. Interesting flop for Whitey. He's got a double gutter, a jack or a 7. A 10 or a 9 will also win it for him. The 7 is going to do it. The 7 makes the straight, and Whitey eliminates Baby Grand in 6th place. From Canada, he'll take home $93,000, courtesy of that deal. 5 players left, and look at this. We have a new chip leader. Zabri up to $22 million. Karsandi, we didn't see it, but he is now down to $16.6 million. Whitey staying aggressive. Interestingly enough, I sometimes feel like if you're the chip leader, making a deal can be the worst thing you can do. Action back over to Whitey. And sometimes when you make a deal, and Whitey is all in, and this is exactly what I was talking about. Sometimes when you make a deal as the chip leader, you give the short stacks a little bit more courage. They've already secured a ton of money. So now they feel like they have nothing to lose. They'll go for it, and they play a little bit more fearless. Well, I'll tell you something. When I'm the chip leader, I don't want my opponents playing fearless. I want them playing with fear. T6 raises under the gun to $1.2 million. Whitey 3-bets. Just a min 3-bet. And I know 3-bet sizing is getting smaller and smaller, but this is taking it a little bit far. I mean, you're pricing in your opponents when you make it only $600,000 more. And in this particular case, Karsandi, he's going to go with the jacks. He moves all in for $12.4 million. Back over to Whitey. I don't think Whitey's folding this. Whitey makes the call. Pot is 26.7 million chips. And Karsandi, who has been our chip leader throughout, is at risk. Still in the lead with pocket jacks. But no longer. King of spades on the turn. And Karsandi needs a jack on the river. One time. Nope, not this time. And Karsandi is gone in 5th place as pocket jacks go up in flames. From Portugal, once again, he was the chip leader throughout this final table. Is gone just like that. He takes home $195,000 for his efforts, though. Get a raise from Zabri and all in from Timmy. Whitey is going to call the all in. I think Zabri's going to fold this. Zabri does let it go. Queens against 4s. Timmy about a 4-1 favorite. No longer a 4 on the flop. The poker gods looking down on Whitey 7-1-4 as he eliminates another player. Timmy B. Wee gone in 4th place from the UK. He'll take home 6 figures also, $115,000. And Whitey, our overwhelming chip leader now with nearly 45 million chips. T6 raises on the button. Whitey's going to call. Whitey's playing every hand. These players made the deal, and Whitey's fear went right out the window. He is playing every single hand and playing them aggressively. Queen 10-7. Zabri with top 2 pair. Whitey with a gut shot. T6 needs a miracle to win this hand. He needs running 5s or running 4s. Zabri's going to bet $1.8 million, and I like the bet. I don't like slow playing here at all, especially on a draw-heavy board. A lot of cards not only will kill your hand, but also kill the action. Whitey makes the call. Ace on the turn. Whitey now with the double gutter. Needs a king or a 9 to make a straight. Zabri still with 2 pair. And Zabri bets $3 million. And Whitey calls one more time. Six of diamonds on the river changes nothing. And Whitey's going to check and give this one up. And if you're Zabri, no reason not to bet. And Zabri checks it back. Plays it very conservatively, and I'm not sure why. I think you've got to bet that. Nevertheless, Zabri up to 28 million chips.
We are 10,000 people in Brazil, holding our breath. We are alone. Hunters. Hunted. We are committed. Blessed. Calm. We are all in. We are poker.
Welcome back to the Sunday Million. If you were waiting for the password, here it is, Panama. That's right, the online poker show free roll is available for you with the password Panama. And who knows, maybe I'll be talking about you next week here on the Sunday Million. Hand 97, this is what it looked like. Whitey from Canada, our chip leader, with over 38 million. T6, our short stack. We're going to jump ahead. Zabry is going to overtake Whitey, and he is now up to 40 million chips. T6 on life support at 6.4 million. Hand 110. Blinds are 400,000, 800,000. Zabry's going to raise, and I think if you're T6, you can shove here. There's the shove from T6. I imagine Zabry will make the call, and Zabry does make the call. Pot nearly 13 million. 10-8-4, ace high still in the lead. 3 of hearts. Zabry has picked up a heart draw, but it's not going to come. 4 diamonds on the river, and T6 doubles up to 12.9 million. Zabry down to 34.2 million. Hand 115. T6 has doubled up once again. He's up to 16 million now. He's going to raise at the 8-9. Whitey's going to call. Here comes the squeeze. The 3-bet from Zabry, and it might look like a squeeze in Whitey's eyes. T6 gets out of the way, and let's see what Whitey does. With as aggressive as Whitey has played, it wouldn't surprise me, and there it is. Whitey 4-bets. He doesn't buy it. Zabry obviously all in, but Whitey is committed. There's no way Whitey is going to 4-bet to 20 million and then fold. Whitey makes the call, and this pot, a whopping 60 million chips, and Whitey is at risk with ace-10, and it's an absolutely horrific flop for him. He needs running clubs, and now he is drawing dead. Whitey 7-1-4, just like that, gone in third place. The Canadian takes home $71,436. Nice strong finish from Whitey. You could see him getting more and more aggressive, which is usually great in a shorthanded game. Unfortunately for him, he walked into Zabry's aces. So it's Zabry against T6. Heads up for the title. Ace-9-3, 2 clubs out there. T6 still in the lead with 6s. Continuation bet from Zabry. T6 makes the call. Queen of clubs. Zabry has the 8 of clubs in his hand. So now a jack, an 8, or a club will win it for Zabry. And it goes check, check on the turn. And the river's a club as well. Both players with a flush. Zabry with the best of it, though. Zabry bets 4 million, and I love the bet. And he gets called by worse. T6 calls, and Zabry now up to almost 64 million chips. Hand 127. Ace-Jack against Ace-6. T6 is going to raise. Zabry's going to 3-bet. This might be a great opportunity for T6 to double up. T6 moves all in. And Zabry calls. Pot is 29.8 million chips, and T6 in a great spot to double up. And there's the jack. Jack 5-3. Queen of clubs, and now Zabry is drawing dead. T6 doubles up to 29 million. And it's back to anybody's tournament. Zabry still with a lead, but T6 back in the game. Players are playing heads up, and as always, when you play heads up, the player on the button acts first pre-flop, but gets to act last post-flop. You get a raise from Zabry, a 3-bet from T6. Zabry's going to call. Pot is king high. It's always nice to 3-bet with king 9, get called, and still flop top pair. T6 leads out for 4 million. And Zabry's going to raise, making a move. Zabry has played it fairly close to the vest this entire final table. But as the players have started to fall, he has gotten more and more aggressive. He raises here. Unfortunately for him, though, T6 has got top pair. T6 is going to ship it. And just like that, T6 is now our chip leader. Great comeback from T6. T6 Ardeur from the Faroe Islands against Zabry from the Czech Republic. We get a raise on the button, a 3-bet from Zabry. T6 is going to make the call. Pretty raggy flop, 7-4 deuce, no suits. Zabry actually picks up a gut shot, and he's going to bet 8 million. Tough spot for T6 to continue on. Really nothing there for him. But he's going to make the call. And that's got to scare Zabry. But Zabry picks up a pair of 6s and now actually has the best hand. And Zabry moves all in. He bets 24 million into 27 million. T6 can only beat an absolute bluff. And that's what Zabry had on the flop. But now Zabry has a pair of 6s, and T6 makes the call. He needs an ace or a 9. It's a queen of spades on the river, and Zabry gets paid off. He's up to almost 76 million chips. T6 down to 4.4 million. What a hand. Hand 150. Zabry effectively moving all in. T6 makes the call. Flop is king high, and this could be the end of the road for T6. He needs a lot of help. Gets a pair of 4s, needs a queen or a 4 on the river. Nope, it's a 10 of hearts, and that is it. Congratulations to T6 Ardeur. Second place from the Faroe Islands. He'll take home 6 figures, $103,000. But our champion, Zabry, he navigates through over 8,000 players to take home his first Sunday Million title and over $151,000. What a performance from Zabry from the Czech Republic. He defeats an interesting final table, to say the least. 4 players at this final table earn 6 figures. Once again, the greatest poker tournament in the world, the Sunday Million. Changing lives every single Sunday. And you can catch all the highlights here on PokerStars.tv. Until next time, I'm David Tuchman. Reach for the stars.